What's up guys? So the season finale of Hawkeye, so this is Christmas, just dropped and it's been met with a plethora of mixed responses, mostly directed at the one, the only Kingpin. Yes, the episode starts off with Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin and he's gone through some changes. It seems those fat suit rumors had some kind of merit behind them. Kingpin's shoulders are looking more broad and the way he's shot is meant to make him look enormous. Like legit Fisk, you can't even get mad at me anymore, okay? You're a big bitch, especially now. And for me, I had no issue with this, and I understand why this decision was made because this little fatty is meeting Spider-Man soon and he has to be able to handle this. So I can see what they're trying to do and I'm digging it personally. Other than the big man himself, we get some pretty great interactions throughout the episode, lots of trick arrow fun and some teases of what's to come. Conversely though, we get some things that don't particularly pay off, at least in the way that I was hoping for. Don't even get me started on that post-credit scene. Shit blood, that post-credit scene, fuck off. So we're gonna get into all that, the story, likes and dislikes. We're gonna take some wild guesses in this video, as well as touch on where things could lead in the future. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that sub button to support your boy, turn on your notifications, leave a thumbs up, follow my social medias. Again, I know I put it in the last video, but I just want to say personally guys, thank you so much for 330. That was the final goal for 2021. There will be a new goal for 2022, but let's sit in this accomplishment. I just want to say, I didn't even think I was gonna get to 300 this year, and that was the first goal, and then it was 315 and now 330. Thank you guys so much for getting me there. We're gonna go above and beyond. We're gonna hit the sky, guys. The goal is fucking 800 million one of these days, okay? But for now, this is really dope, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to you guys. Whatever you celebrate, Hanukkah, there's Kwanzaa, there's all sorts of different holidays. Whatever you're doing, just have a good time and just party and fucking get lit or fucking relax, do what you want. But that's it. Thank you so much. Now let's get into this finale, players. So again, we start off with Fisk with his cane like from the comics, as well with added on mass.
I don't want to have conversations anymore about dudes' physiques.
Dennis,
whether they can
body mass alone.
That's what I was trying to avoid, a conversation about body mass.
Like, Vincent D'Onofrio was already a huge man and super intimidating and imposing, but this goes even more so over the top. And the way they shot him, he looks monstrously big sometimes. It was even ridiculous, so I can see where people's complaints are coming from. He truly is sometimes jarring to look at, especially since we've seen him one way for so long, so I can get where people's concerns are coming from. However, he looks great and acts the same, so I'm not complaining at all. A lot of people were saying that, oh, this is an abomination, a turn around for the fucking character that was amazing. Guys, he's legit the same. He just has different shit to do. Anyways, we finished that interaction we left off at from the previous episode with Eleanor and Fisk finding out that her late husband owed Fisk money and was killed because of it, and so she had to start a life of crime to pay Fisk back, and that's when she started up Sloan Ltd and she framed Jack for that. Yes, Jack was innocent, but since everything started to affect Kate, she calls it quits on the whole operation, and well, of course, Fisk can't have that, okay? He's not gonna let that slide. And we transition to Kate and Clint watching this footage that Yelena sent them and realizing Eleanor's dubious acts, as well as that she is basically fucked, and the Kingpin will come after her. So now it's time to put a stop to the whole damn thing. Next, we get Maya coming to Fisk to let him know that she's done trying to find her father's killer and that she needs time off, and of course, Fisk is playing it off all innocent even though he's responsible, but Maya at this point has internalized everything that Clint mentioned in that car lot scene. She pretty much knows that he's guilty of it, as well as Kazi. Also, I don't know if it's just because Fafri is so small, but Fisk looks so goddamn frighteningly large and intimidating in this shot. Like, they should just show Kazi standing in a puddle of his own piss, because that's legit the reaction for that type of interaction. That is terrifying how monstrously huge he is and how intimidating Vincent D'Onofrio is with that voice. It's honestly awesome. Then we get a kind of trick arrow making montage, and it kind of shits on most of the stuff that happened in episode 4. Like, they could have just made more trick arrows from the jump, but instead they just brought the LARPers into the mess for nothing, which I get it. It was for the story so that they could have the help in the finale and also to get the suit upgrade. I get it, but still. And Clint gives Kate one more out of this whole superhero life, and she gives an amazing speech that really echoes, no pun intended, how a lot of Hawkeye fans feel feel about the character. Like, if this regular guy can be on a team with gods and actually make a difference, then there's no reason I can't do the same. And I think that a lot of the appeal of Hawkeye and characters alike is that. And so we cut to the big Christmas party. Jack is there and he has that motherfucking thing on him, guys, okay? He's got the sword strapped to his hip, and Eleanor arrives and Kate confronts her about her shady practices. Everybody is looking great, okay? Clint is being, he's being a dapper Dan. Kate is looking delightful as ever, and Yelena, she's just on baddie time all the time, okay? Zach Braff shit blood, but they have a bunch of the LARPers there to help for when shit hits the fan, and it soon does. After Kazi starts sniping into the building, Yelena and Kate have a great and pretty funny back and forth dialogue / running fight. Yelena is still bloodthirsty for Clint at this point, and they are honestly amazing together. I really hope we get to see Kate and Yelena again. Hopefully she visits Kate when she goes to the West Coast. We'll get on that more later. Clint is picking apart the tracksuits here and has a final interaction with Kazi, which I love how Clint is so unenthusiastic about this fight. Like, Kazi is really giving his all here, and Clint's like, I fought aliens, motherfucker. You're literally dog shit. And proceeds to once again, and unfortunately, this isn't the last time it'll be happening in this episode to Kazi, but he gets once more cucked. They legit beat the dog shit out of this man for the whole show. And we also get to see Jack in a bit of action, and it was pretty dope. It looks like he's killing even or slicing the shit out of a bunch of the tracksuits. I really like the sound effect and the visual effect on the sword. I thought that was great as well. I just wish we got more of him though, and it kind of sucks he was teased as someone more nefarious than he actually ended up being. Like, that kind of ruined the kind of fucker nature that Jack had that was so appealing, at least to me, in the beginning of the show. I guess you could say it was a great misdirect, but still, I'm a bit salty. Love Tony Dalton, if you couldn't tell. This is when the cannon fodder of tracksuits start falling in, and the new suit comes out, and it admittedly looks better than I thought it would, and the trick arrows start flying, and it's pretty damn cool, okay? They even use another Pimtech arrow and shrink some mofos, which, goddamn guys, like, the tracksuits were fucking mobbing like over 200 deep, and just for 2 people, okay? That is insane. And after they take them out, Clint and Kate get separated, and so Kate goes to find her mother, and Clint deals with Yelena, and they have a really deep combo / fight, and it ultimately ends with Yelena accepting what really happened as much as it hurts her, and forgiving Clint and dipping, whereas Kate finds her mother being attacked by Kingpin and fights him and gets ragdolled basically, okay? Eleanor comes in clutch though and hits him with a car, which he bodies, but eventually she uses her brain and that special skill Clint taught her to activate a bunch of the different trick arrows just beneath the Kingpin's feet and cause an insane chain reaction explosion, neutralizing him for the time being, enough for the cops to come and arrest Eleanor, which wasn't a very cash money move on Kate's part, to be honest. Like, shit, I don't care if my mother burns down a goddamn orphanage, okay? I'm not ratting my mom out ever. That just is what it is, okay? As well, Maya comes through and fights Kazi, and as I said before, she whoops the shit out of him and actually makes him pre-ejaculate himself to death. Just playing around. She just reverses its own move on him, of course, but I felt like their relationship was teased to be deeper in episode 5, but I honestly felt like a lot of Maya's arc in this series was rushed to kind of wrap things up, maybe relying a little bit too much on her getting her own show in the future. I only hope we pick up from that moment in the Echo series. If you can call her shooting Fisk in the eyes a wrap-up, which Fisk bodied, okay? He's not dead, guys, trust me. This happened in the comics. He'll be fine. I only hope we pick up from that moment in the Echo series, and I'm assuming that Marvel was setting her up with the intention of concluding her story or a chapter of her story, and the show ends with Clint making it home for Christmas and bringing Kate along with him, which Laura Barton is just cool as fuck with Clint hanging around all these young baddies. Like, damn, find you a Laura Barton out there, kings, or a Bobby Morrissey, because the watch ended up just being confirmation that Laura Barton was Mockingbird, with the SHIELD logo and the 19 on the back of the watch in reference to Agent 19, as she was referred to at SHIELD, which in my opinion was kind of lame, if I'm being honest. But ultimately, Clint and Kate burn the Ronin suit, close that chapter in Clint's life, and also Kate starts workshopping superhero names, which I believe will lead to the 2nd season of Hawkeye being her in California, just like in the Matt Fraction run, have a little noir spin, which I really like, just like the comics, because Jeremy Renner can't be doing this shit forever, you know? And so the show ends, or so I thought, and the extra 10 minutes of the show, which I was like, hell yeah, we're getting an extra 10 minutes, a full hour of Hawkeye. But then it ended up being the fucking Rogers musical. Like, your main character thought it was lame in the beginning, your very first episode, and you think we won't? No. Okay, not to discredit the hardworking people who participated in that musical, but come on, don't waste our time like that. Put that clip up on YouTube or on Twitter or somewhere, but not taking up time in the show, okay? I believe the other post-credit scene that was rumored was Clint actually sending Kingpin the Ronin sword and telling him, you know, you better not fuck with me ever again, which would have been infinitely better. So I hope that Marvel Studios learns from that. As far as problems or dislikes go, I probably went through most of everything already, but the main things that I would change would probably just be adding an extra episode to really flesh out Maya and Kazi's relationship, as well as Maya's relationship with Fisk. I think that could have made things a lot more impactful in the finale, because a lot of this show felt rushed because it happened within 5 weeks. So that's a very short amount of time to tell a story with this many moving parts, honestly. And I would have actually had Kate sustain some type of damage from the Kingpin altercation, because he is definitely enhanced now, guys. I think he probably got a hold of some super soldier serum, probably from the power broker, if I'm being honest, because he was ragdolling her, yet she walks everything off at the end. Like, a broken arm I think would have really worked way better for her, in my opinion, really showing she's about that hero life, like for real. And lastly, my theory for Fisk is that since I believe the Netflix stuff will be loose cannon, I'm not sure how much detail they go into the events of the Netflix shows, but I'm thinking after the events of Daredevil season 3, Fisk got a hold of some kind of super soldier serum that would be the cause of his new figure and strength. I think it would make sense in the MCU, and honestly, you can't have a guy look like that and be that strong and just say, oh, he's just a regular dude, he's just like that, he's just built different, which you could say both things, right? He can be built different and be enhanced, because Vincent D'Onofrio is a fucking specimen. I'm actually very curious to find out if Fisk will be in Armor Wars. Anyways, all in all, I really enjoy the Hawkeye series, guys. We got solid performances throughout, action, beautiful shots and setting, great time of the year to shoot a show, and amazing chemistry between characters. All just needed a bit more structure and time to breathe, in my humble Neanderthal opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Did you enjoy this show? What problems did you have with it? What things did you like about it? Where does it rank on your Disney Plus shows? Because honestly, this probably falls right behind Loki. I think Loki is probably the best show of this year. I know I said Hawkeye would be the best show, but it felt a little bit rushed, if I'm being quite honest. But I still think it was a really good show. It's second place for me. Let me know what you think. That's it. If you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one.